Today, I'm going to show you how to master 1v1s in football. It took me 10 years to understand this, but I'm going to explain it to you in less than 10 minutes. So who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Jack. I'm originally from the UK, and at age 14, I was struggling in Sunday League. However, I managed to master 1v1s and it earned me trials at Premier League clubs, sign a contract in the UK, play League One pros, and now play overseas, playing the game that we all love. If you want results similar to this, go check the top link in the description and we'll get to work. So if you clicked on this video, the chances are you struggle in 1v1 situations. Maybe you keep getting tackled over and over. You try the same skill, or even when you mix it up, every time you're getting locked up. Or when you're in these 1v1 situations, your brain freezes. You have no idea what to do and you can't rely on instincts. Worst of all, you don't have the confidence to even attempt a 1v1. This was me at age 14, 15, after signing with a professional club. There were times where I lacked the confidence in 1v1 situations to take my man on and beat him. We played the biggest names in the Premier League: Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, West Ham. However, when it got to these games, I lacked the confidence and I was too shy to even show off my 1v1 skills. I did so much practice outside of team training and away from the games, but when it got to the match scenario, I didn't have the confidence to fully express it. This is the worst feeling. So you guys might be thinking, how can I even trust this guy? He could just be another random YouTuber pretending to play at a high level. Well, when I was 18 years old, I played against Crawley Town's first team. Crawley are a League One team, meaning these are all professional players earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, playing the beautiful game that we all love. From minute one, I was able to express myself confidently in a 1v1 situation, dribbling past these players and getting great highlights from the game. Now, how did I go from what I said at age 15, struggling with my confidence, to age 18, from minute one being able to dribble past these players? That's what I'm going to explain within this video. Let's go. So first, we need to look at the basics. The faster you attack a player, the less convincing your skill needs to be. And the slower you dribble up to a player, the more you need to change direction, change your pace, and throw the skill to make it really deceptive. This is why a player like Mbappe doesn't really need a great skill in order to get past his man, whereas Bernardo Silva needs more body feints and change of direction to fully be able to dribble past his man. So the second section is all about finding your skills. Once we've understood the basics of 1v1s, you need to find your best 2 or 3 skills. Think about the best players. They all have one skill that stands out. Iniesta has the croqueta, Messi has his outside chops, Ronaldo has his stepovers, Anthony has his, well, whatever you want to call that. You need to find the best few skills that work for you. For me, it would be the step over, the la croqueta, the V-turn, and the drop of the shoulder. So if you're wondering how to find these skills, it's very simple. Place yourself in a box and you're going to do something called freestyle dribbling. This is essentially where you just record yourself dribbling, doing whatever skills come to mind, whatever feels natural. When you re-watch yourself, you'll see what skills you do most, what looks the most effective, and what feels the best. Once you've identified 2 or 3 skills, it's time to work on them. So week 1, you're going to start with the basics. We're going to be working on stationary skills. This is something I've mentioned quite a lot on my channel, and because it's something that was so vital for me for improving my dribbling and 1v1s. You're going to be working on these 3 or 4 skills that you found consistently on the spot. Now, some of you might be thinking, I'm already too advanced for this. I don't need to do this. But I can promise you, doing this stationary work is going to have a huge impact and positive effect for you over that first week. Stop that time that you spend scrolling on TikTok and instead do this. I used to do it in my kitchen before school every morning, and as you've seen, there's been positive effects from it. Let's move on to week 2. This is where things start to become a bit more game realistic. Working through cones means that your touches have to be super precise in order to be able to get through it without knocking into them. Now, there's a lot of influencers and gurus on the YouTube and Instagram platforms that say cone drills will ruin your athleticism, they'll ruin your fascia, your instinct dribbling. As someone who has dribbling as one of their main strengths and has been able to stand out at the highest level, I can promise you cone drills will not ruin your dribbling or your fascia or your instinct dribbling. So on week 2, make sure you're focusing on the cone weave and Ronaldinho drill. Let's move on to week 3. So week 3 is all about freestyle dribbling. This is something we've done earlier to find our best 2, 3 or 4 skills. However, now we're going to be doing it every day for about 5 or 10 minutes to make this feel less repetitive and more instinctual. Find an area, maybe about the same size as this semicircle. You could use a box, any small space, and just practice these skills repetitively. try and keep your head up as well, as this is really what's going to transition from practice out of team training to into team training to game scenarios. Now, week 4, we're going to make it very specific 1v1 practice. Find a friend or a teammate who's a similar level or ability to you, and you're just going to go at him again and again using the same skills that you've been working on for the previous 3 weeks. But this is where you're going to get the most gains in terms of having game-specific and match-related scenarios. Practice this as many times as you can during week 4, and by the end of week 4, these skills should be completely in your locker. Now, there's one more thing we need to talk about to take this from being training skills and just for fun against a friend to being able to do it in competitive matches on a weekly basis. We need to talk about your mindset. So let's go do that. So there are 2 mindsets that work for me in these 1v1 situations when it comes to confidence. The first is that I've put so much work in over the last 4 weeks, and honestly throughout my career, that no one's going to be able to tackle me. And if they do, I'll win the ball back straight away. No worries. They should be more scared of you humiliating and embarrassing them than you are of getting tackled. At the end of the day, if you get tackled, that's fine. But if they get nutmegged or embarrassed for 90 minutes straight, that's a problem. And then the second mindset that works for me is that these opportunities don't come often. This could be a once in a season or even a once in a lifetime opportunity. You could get a big injury like I have done with my knee surgery, or you might just never get to play a team this good again. Why would you waste this opportunity? Why would you see it go by just because you are too scared and too nervous to freely express yourself in 1v1s? Imagine what good could happen and what could come from it if you're really confident and you give it everything you have. So now you have an idea of how to find your skills, how to build a plan to improve them, and the perfect mindsets to have in game. You should be kitted over the next 4 weeks. But for those of you who are really serious and dedicated, you can book a free call with me by using the top link in the description to improve and get a schedule tailored to you and your ability. Without further ado, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.